Maggie here in my kitchen, and one of the things that I get asked so often, just the other day, is how to make salad dressing. We all know that they are loaded with so many things. I happen to have some here, and this is often a favorite. This is probably one of the most popular salad dressings out there. We had company coming, and it's not one that actually my husband or I eat, so I bought one. There are easily 20 ingredients. Most of them are artificial this, fake things. A lot of them have MSG, which is something we do not want to eat. Um, they have things like our fillers and flavorings, soybean oil, which is not good. This is another one that's popular that I've finally broken my husband from, but I have it here. And again, a lot of the same things, but we need to be careful of what we're putting in our body. You can have an amazing salad, but if you're drizzling it with all of these things, you're not really getting the benefits. So let me take you through mine. One of the things that I use is this handy dandy. I got it from Pampered Chef. It's perfect for making salad dressing. Now, to be honest, a lot of times I literally just drizzle a little of this, a little of that, sprinkle some seasonings, and that's it. I often just make some up for a few days in a jar, and that's the way I keep it in the refrigerator. But I know a lot of times people are wanting a recipe. And especially if I'm making quite a bit, this works great. It's from Pampered Chef, but if you don't have a representative, I'll put a link because you can get it on Amazon. So it shows exactly what you need. And the nice thing is the recipe is right on here. So there's Italian vinaigrette, that's the one I'm going to use. There's ranch, there is an Asian vinaigrette, and there's a Caesar salad. And it has the lines and it shows you exactly how much you need. So let's talk about the ingredients first and then we'll mix it up. First of all, you're going to need oil. I have two different types here. I have the typical olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And then I have one that you might not be familiar with, and it is MCT oil. And it's a medium chain triglyceride. Okay, big words. It's coconut oil, but it is a healthy fat the way it's prepared. This is organic, it's non-GMO, and it's easier on the liver to metabolize than some of the other coconut oils. It's liquid, it's not going to harden on you, and you can actually even add it into, I put it into my smoothies a lot of times. Uh, I add it to hot chocolate. You can pretty much put it in anything. You can bake with it, and it's amazing, and it's a great source of energy. So if you've not tried it, give it a try. This one's from Thrive Market, and I love their prices. They beat everybody. Okay, the other thing that's a key ingredient, of course, is your vinegar. And so balsamic vinegar is very popular. It's sort of a burgundy color, looks like wine. And then my preferred choice is apple cider vinegar. And this one is raw and unfiltered. It's typically, you want it to say with the mother. That's another whole video. But I really like it, and I like this brand. It is organic, and it is going to be cloudy. This is totally different than the white distilled. So it's going to usually settle to the bottom. You want to shake that up good. So again, it's going to say with the mother. And then really the ingredients, it calls for these things. Let's see, a third of the oil and 2/3 of the vinegar. Let me say this, and I can't say it enough. Make it to fit how you like it. Now, there are times when I've made it and I've been like, oh boy, that's pretty tart. So I know I've been heavy-handed on the vinegar and I need to add more oil. Okay? So it's a third of a cup of the oil, it's 2/3 of the vinegar. Again, play with it to make sure it fits you. And then it calls for a tablespoon of sugar. Now, most of the store-boughts tend to be very heavy on the sugar. Instead of sugar, I like organic maple syrup, pure maple syrup, or the other one is raw honey, works really well too. So either of those, you could use coconut sugar if you'd like. Those would be good choices. Or you may decide you don't want it at all. So consider doing this last. Taste it and then decide. All right? And then it also calls for some spices. And so I have some fresh basil. This is actually from my garden. I've got some ground onion. The recipe will be in the description. Got some garlic powder, oregano, and then of course salt. And that's basically it. Very, very basic. Now, I like to spice things up, and I'll put these, I consider these add-ons. So for example, I like to put a little of tamari sauce. This is very similar to soy sauce. It's healthier. I really like this brand. It's gluten-free. There's less sodium, but I love it, gives it a lot of flavor. I cook it with a lot of things, and it, like I said, full of flavor. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of ground flaxseed. That also, again, it's a great fat, and although it doesn't seem like it'd be a fat, but it has a lot of fatty acids in it. It will also thicken it a little bit too. So sometimes when you make your own dressing and you go to pour it, it's like, whoa. So that'll give it a little bit of volume. Another thing that I like to add is instead of just Italian, I'm making mine raspberry vinaigrette. So I've got some raspberries that I froze, and so I'll add that too. So that'll give it some sweetness as well. So again, using that, I may not even need these other sweeteners. Another thing, you could even put pineapple. I've done that before. I've added mango. You could add avocado. Okay, it's endless. But again, basically get a very general recipe and then begin to play with it and then begin to do add-ons. Okay, another thing I like to do in my spices is a little bit of turmeric and black pepper. Consider them like twins, they go well together. The black pepper really ramps up how powerful turmeric is for reducing inflammation and just really good overall health. So basically, let's get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the vinegar first. And I do like the balsamic vinegar. It gives it a little bit of color. So there's a brown there. It's almost the color of like Coke. All right. And then, like I said, I really like to use the apple cider vinegar. Again, so many wonderful benefits, lots of good enzymes to really help break things down. Now, a lot of times I'm going to use less than what they've measured. I can always add more, but I can't take it away because I know for a fact often my husband goes, "Ooh, that's too powerful." So I'm going to use a little bit less. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some of the oil. As you can see, I am not measuring. All right, I'll have the measurements, but again, play with it, see what you like. Now I'm adding the extra virgin olive oil. And so I'm below the line. Okay, so the line is up there, and actually down here are my ingredients. Because again, I'd rather make it like this, and then I can add whichever I need. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get a spoon, and I'm going to put my raspberries, and there'll be a little bit of juice. And again, that will also sweeten. All right. And then I have all of my spices right here. So I'm going to put those in. All right. And then usually with the tamari, again, I just put a little, and I tend to like to do this. A lot of people are not as comfortable, and that's okay. All right. I'm going to put a little bit of the flaxseed, and that would be about a teaspoon, a healthy teaspoon. And then I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I've got some cilantro here. Again, I love cilantro. Salad dressings, and this is probably about 2 teaspoons. This is dry. It's not going to be too powerful. Salad dressings are a wonderful way to get a lot of different amazing things. So I put the top down, and literally all I do is pump it. I've got some fresh blueberries that are going to go on the salad, but I could easily add those here as well. I'd probably want to smash them up first because blueberries do have a little bit tougher skin than, say, the raspberries. All right, so that's really all there is to it. All right, so then I'm going to, this even has the perfect little spout so that I can pour it. And then I'm just going to pour, I don't have my salad ready, but I'm just going to pour a little bit. Okay, and see, it does have quite a bit of vinegar. So again, simple, simple. I'm going to leave that tilted. And I think I'll go ahead and use the MCT oil. But otherwise, taste-wise, it's excellent. I think I'll put a little bit more flaxseed. And again, for beginners, don't do this yet. Okay. And then I think I'll put just a little bit of the maple syrup. Could have used the honey just as easily. And then we're going to pump, pump, pump. The nice thing is, and what I recommend, is make it up ahead because then the flavors are able to really come alive because you have all of these dried ingredients, and then as they come together, then it really is going to. So we'll try another, and that's perfect. That is perfect. So again, I hope I've demystified making your own salad dressing. Give it a try. And again, if this is easy, then order one of these. If not, don't worry about it. Put it in a jar, shake it up, and make your own. And the nice thing is, you just add and take away. It's not too vinegary now. And then you add your spices. You have to make it fit for you and your family. Okay, so again, the recipe is just a guideline. Give this a try. There's lots of different varieties. Personalize it, make it yours, and let your family get involved. So if you have questions, again, definitely check out the recipe in the description. And as always, take care and God bless.